Leaving cert higher level, 2014, paper 1, question 8. You were given a lovely photograph in the exam of the Mizen Head Bridge that was opened in 2011, which is the most southwesterly point of Ireland. The arch of the bridge is shown here in this diagram, and they give you certain points 0, 5, 0, 0, 24, 0, and 48, 0. You're asked to find the highest point of the arch in part 1, which is C. Now, normally we differentiate to get the max point, but they actually have kind of made, I don't know whether they did this on purpose, but they've given you that it's at a max when x is 24. Let's just double check that that does match up with the maths involved here. 0.013 x squared plus 0.624x. So if we differentiate and let this equal 0, because the slope up here is equal to 0, dy dx is going to be equal to minus 0.026x plus 0.624. If that's equal to 0, x is equal to 0.624 divided by 0.026, and 26 24s are 624, so that is equal to 24. So let's put 24 in here. F of 24, or when x is equal to 24, is equal to minus 0.013 by 24 squared plus 0.624 by 24. So f of x or y will be equal to 7.4. Did they ask for decimals here? It doesn't ask in the question. We'll do it 7.488. So the point 24 for x, 7.488 for y is the highest point of that bridge in meters. Part B, we're told the perpendicular distance between the walking deck DE and AB is 5 meters. Let's have a look. From DE up above here, so this is 5. This is 5. And we're asked to find the points D and E, so we can say all along this line that y is equal to 5, or my function is equal to 5. So let's let our function equal 5. So we have 5 is equal to minus 0.013x squared plus 0.624x. If I bring both of these to the left, I get 0.013x squared minus 0.624x plus 5 is equal to 0. And I don't think that this simplifies down and enables us to factorize it. Let me just check. No, dividing all by 0.013 gives me 48 in the middle, but it just doesn't give me a single number for 5. So let's just type this into our calculators with the quadratic formula. So at this point of your school careers, you should be able to get two answers here by setting up your calculator, putting your values for A, B, and C in, and then saying that x is equal to and x is equal to. So let me type this in. And actually it says the nearest whole number here, so we can round off as we go. I'm going to get x to be 10.1. So 10, and then the other version of it is going to give me 37.8 something, so we're going to get 38. So when x is 10, y is 5, and when x is 38, y is also 5. D is the first one, and E is the second one. Part C, are asked to use integration to find the area of the shaded region ABED as shown in the diagram below. Well, we have a rectangle in here too, and we have two ends that are the same. So what's the area of this rectangle? Starts at 10 on the x and goes to 38 on the x, so we have a 28, and that's the line y is equal to 5. So we have 28 by 5 is equal to 140. And it's in meters squared, isn't it? We're told it's meters. And then integrating my function between, well, just if I color this in blue, between 0 and 10, if I integrate the function, I'll be able to get the area of that shape, which is the same as the area of this one. So we can do it once and double it. So we've got our function minus 0.013x squared plus 0.624x with respect to x dx. So integrate, increase the power by 1 and divide by the new power. So we're going to get minus 0.013x cubed over 3. The 0 value is not going to give us any value here, so we just need to use the 10 plus 0.624x squared over 2 between 10 and 0. So we're going to get 1000 by minus 0.013. So that's just going to give me 13 over 3, or minus 13 over 3. And we're going to have 62.624 by 100 over 2, so that's 62.4. It's going to move it 2 decimal places to 100, 62.4 over 2. And if we type these two in, we are going to get 26.86. Repeating, if we multiply that by 2, we're going to get 53.73. And add on our 140, we're going to get 193.73, and it does actually say in the question to the nearest whole number. The nearest whole number, I should have wrote that up above. So the nearest whole number, 194 meters squared, is the area under the curve between those 2 points. In part D, we're asked to write the equation of the parabola in this form: y minus k is equal to p times x minus h to be squared. Don't get confused by this, just write down the equation first, the way it's given to us: minus 0.013 x squared plus 0.624x. We tried to simplify it earlier, and we got 48 when we divided 0.624 by x. So if we simplify the left hand side, and if I take out a minus 0.013 or divide by minus 0.013, it's going to leave me with x squared and a minus by a minus to give me a plus. That was 48x. So how do I get x squared and minus 48x? I would have to have x minus 24 to be squared, but that would give me x squared minus 48x plus 576. So we don't want to change our equation's value, so we're going to have, so if we bring that across, if we say y is equal to minus 0.013 times x minus 24 to be squared, the only thing that's changed is I've brought in a minus 0.013 by this constant here, 576. So that's already in this equation. So what do I have to do? I have to balance it off. So this works out to be minus 7.488. So I would have to add on 7.488 to balance off the fact that I've brought in a negative 7.488. So bringing that to the left, I get y minus 7.488 is equal to minus 0.013 by x minus 24 to be squared. Now, jump back up to the top here and we'll see what this is actually telling us. We got this point C to be 24, 7.488. C was 24, 7.488. So what this is telling us is that with a function, the coefficient of x squared, this minus 0.013, can be put in front of x minus the x value, or x minus this number here, 24 in this case. So we have minus 0.013 by x minus the x coefficient, 24, to be squared. And that's equal to y minus the y value, which is 7.488. And this actually leads us into the next part of this question, where this knowledge is required. In part E, we're asked to use what you learned in part D or above. Otherwise, write down the equation of a parabola for which the coefficient of x squared is minus 2 and the max point is 3 minus 4. So we normally write it like this when we're doing completing the square method: minus 2 by x minus my x value to be squared. And then we change the sign of this and write it here plus 4. So minus 4, so not plus 4, so minus 4. Keep the sign. So writing it in the same form as above, we just bring the minus 4 across, and we'd say y plus 4 is equal to minus 2 by x minus 3 to be squared.